All right. Hey, everybody. You made it. Day number 2. I was wondering if anybody would come back to the how to make money mastermind, because we didn't even really talk about how to make money yet. So it's just a whole big bait and switch. It's just all email all the time. But you came back, so I'm thrilled. For those of you who are watching on replay, bonjour, or hello, wherever you are in the world. I'm excited that you're following along. Keep up. That's my rah-rah to you. You can do it. Because if you'll stick with me, we will get a lot of stuff done here. We were chatting with Bart here at the beginning. He was talking about the momentum of the group. It's a thing, right? If we all do this together, off we go. We can give each other feedback. So let's get right to it. We got a lot to cover. So for those of you who did your homework, how'd it go? Did you get in there? You write some quick start guides? Did you write some stuff? Did you get an outline? Where do you stand? Down in the chat, let me know what you did. I can see that I've got some quick start concepts or maybe full-on content to go over with a few of you. Who do I have here? We'll get to this in just a second. Actually, I think I've got Bart and I've got vegan dinner recipes. I don't know who's that. Is that Liz? Okay, great. And then Camila got some. She got a plethora of ideas to go through here. Okay, cool. Overboard. There is no such thing as going overboard. And Liz, writing one email is a great start. That's one more than you had yesterday. So here we go. If anybody is stuck, please don't just sit here and go, well, I don't get this. I promise you, we can come up with an opt-in that will probably work better than what you currently are doing. That's my guess. I recently spoke at a conference. I may have mentioned this. I spoke at ConvertKit. They had a conference in Boise, and I spoke there, and I opened it up to everybody. I said, I will, my guarantee is that I'll come up with something better than what you have. And I was like really scared, and nobody stumped me. So I kept, at least they said nice things to my face. I don't know if they actually meant it, but we had a whole session where I just boom, 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 kept coming up with them. My point. Let's do this. I can help you. I've done approximately 5 million lead magnets in my time. So, all right, let's get to today's discussion. We're going to talk about a couple of things. First, let me pull up my slides. And this right here, let's try this a different way. Okay, hopefully you can now see my screen. What I'm going to talk to you today is where are we going? All right. So we're going to get into your quick start guide specifically, but what I have done over the years is I've had the chance to work with a lot of content creators like yourself, and most of them lack two things. Number one, list growth, which we're going to talk about, and number two, consistency. Knowing what to send and when and staying consistent has been a big deal. So what I'm going to give you today is the cookie cutter of what I do as far as if I'm just getting a client started and they just want to up their game a little bit with email. This cookie cutter system right here works for 90% of people. Okay. Of course, as mentioned, it's a template. You have to apply it to your business. I want you to learn the principles behind this on each one of these things that I'm going to talk to you about today, so that you can apply it in different ways in your business. But fundamentally, if you're lacking a structure, I've got one for you. And basically, you're going to get subscribers using things like the Quick Start Guide or other bonus content that you can provide. Remember, the not so secret, your existing traffic is your best source of list growth. So whatever it is you can dangle from, boom, now they're on the list. Most of you can send 2 emails a week easily. Some of you are going, no, that's too many emails. No, it's not. You're prolific content creators. People dig you. They love your stuff. So you can probably send at least 2 a week. Some of you, if you're in food, you can probably be sending more. I know you don't believe me, but I've got plenty of experience and stats that back me up on this. All right. So I send generally an evergreen email that I'm going to talk about as a forever series. We'll talk about that. We'll come back to that. And I also like to send something seasonal, because in fact, the very best time to send recipes of Thanksgiving recipes is in fact around Thanksgiving. So these are the things we're going to be talking about. Some of you, it might make sense to have an RSS automation running. So we'll talk about that too. If you have not yet done so, go grab it. Not everybody did last time I'm mentioning it. I don't know why you wouldn't, honestly. It kind of, I'm a little insulted that not everybody has gone and grabbed it. I mean, it's a $500 course. If I called it a $5,000 course, would you go get it? Okay, it's $5,000 for you, but it's free because of Raptive. Congratulations, it has a value of $5,000. Go get it. All right, let's get to the quick start guides. Okay, so I had 3 people submit at least a start of their quick start guides, and I'm going to go through those today. And if anybody else wants to chime in here, I know we've got a couple other people that are still with us, Kim or Nicole or Giselle. If you had something you want to throw in here, I'll have time to get to it, even if I have to go over. So before I do, though, before I start throwing rocks at your stuff, I want to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I haven't even looked at it. I haven't even barely peeked. Okay, but I know I'm going to tell you these things because I tell everybody these things. Number one, get to the point. Remember, I need to have this emblazoned on a t-shirt. People don't read emails, they skim. So you've got to get to the point with your emails. We don't need it to be this big fluffy diatribe. So if you're getting a little fluffy in your words, I may call you out on it. I may say, hey, what are we doing here? Let's are you worried, Liz? You seem concerned. Okay. Well, it's a little bit different than how we do most blogging. We tend to we're supposed to be verbose, aren't we? And then, so it's a little bit of a change. If you can, I'm going to suggest that you trim your word count. All right. So this is where you can write what you're going to write, stand up, go for a walk. It's lovely this time of year for most of us. Sit back down and cut out half the words. You can do it. And even if not half, 20%, 10% makes it a tighter, better email. I promise you, you can do it. And I'll say that to you no matter what you've written. I'm going to challenge you to go a little bit shorter. Subheaders, we talked about my undying adoration of subheaders yesterday. We'll see that in action here today. We'll see if anybody actually used it. When you're making your quick start guides, use buttons. People know what buttons are. Obviously in your email or your Google Docs here, it doesn't make sense to insert a button, but when you're actually creating your emails, use buttons. Number 5, what problem are you solving? If that's not crystal clear to me, I think I represent the doofuses of the world out there, okay, pretty accurately. So if it's not crystal clear to me what problem you're solving, then you're probably not getting my other fellow doofuses either, right? So we'll work on it. Cater to me, the lowest common denominator. And then we'll talk about your subject lines, curiosity plus self-interest. I'll mention this one last time too. I had somebody mention it privately to me yesterday. They had some concerns and questions. Look, the reason I mention a particular platform is it's just a barrier to getting stuff done for some people. And I just want to remove that barrier because I've trained on it. I've taught on it. It's my favorite. Yes, I'm an affiliate. There's all that. It's just for some people, don't get hung up on the tech. There's no reason to. If you're considering an investment in email, don't delay. Just pick something that works. And if this happens to help you because all of the instructional videos and the step-by-steps that are in the email and autopilot course, ConvertKit might be a way to go. Okay. All right. Let's get to it. Who wants to go first? Who wants to be who's willing to put their head out there? Sure. Liz, okay, you are bold and brave. And I dig that about you. All right. So before we get started here, I haven't even looked at this yet. This is you, correct? All right, you can unmute. We're going to talk here. This is.
Yeah.
All right. So before I get into this, what was your lead magnets before this? Was this the first one of these, or have you done this before?
I just had a PDF of like my 10 everyday go-to recipes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you feeling about what you did here?
Now I feel like it's too long. And I could probably throw some subheadings in there. But I really liked it last night, and I kind of feel like I still like it this morning.
Okay, that's important. Good, like it ish. Okay, way to hedge before somebody just tears into your thing. Yeah,
That's me.
you're bundled up like this. Your body language is like, no. Okay, no, it's all good. What I see here is fantastic. Let me start off by, I'm just glancing at real quick. It's a roundup style. Very good. What you have here will work great. Okay, so anything I do from here on out, Liz, is to justify my existence on this call. That is it. Okay, I'm going to give you some Matt Mullinisms that are not necessarily Liz-isms. This needs to be your voice, right? Email is representing your brand. I'm just going to tell you some things that I've noticed over time that maybe will help. And honestly, it's going to be very minimal here from what I see. Okay, so that's probably the first time of many that I'll apologize right up front. Okay, let's dive in. I'm going to hit edit over here. Or suggestion, actually, is what I'll do. Okay, we'll come back to the subject line in a second, but that probably works fine. Hi, Matt. I'm tired when I get home from work or when I emerge from my office in the spare bedroom. I had to sit through meetings. Last thing I want to do is drag everything out of covers and make a complicated dinner. Enter my go-to vegan dinner recipes. These recipes are quick to eat and they're vegan. I know you're going to love these recipes too. We stop scrolling for 1 minute and read my favorite tip before I get into the recipes. Save one portion. By the way, folks, I hope you're adequately relaxed and sedated, because your blood pressure is about to go through the roof. Watching somebody else do this type of copy editing and somebody else's quick start guide, I'm telling you. All right, can we stop? This is a little, can you stop? Liz, a little feisty, huh? Okay.
A little bit.
Save a portion before your family demolishes the whole pot. Put that in the fridge for tomorrow. Okay, I like it. It's probably unnecessary, but I like it. The question is, if you're dying to leave this in here, then cool.
Yeah.
If and some people might be like, because you may be positioning this as, I'm going to teach you something more than just give you the recipes. I'm here to tell you that the recipes are enough. The teaching is also really nice. So I'm going to just be brutal here on a couple of things. I want to show you what's possible. And let's see. Well, first thing is, this is a Matt Mullinism. Hi there, Matt, name. I like to do welcome to day one of insert title here, because I like the branding of that. Like, this is an asset. This is a product that doesn't have a price. This is something special that you painstakingly made, and you're going to talk about it on your social. There's going to be a pop-up. You're giving a TED talk on it. You're going to mention it. Okay, so you want them to know where they are in that sequence and that it has an end as well. So every day, if we said welcome to day 2, day 3, it's going to give context and remind them that, oh yeah, I signed up for this series from Liz. I'm tired when I get home from work. What if we said, after meetings, all caps, emails, and micromanaging boss, the last thing I want to do is make a complicated dinner. Okay. My whole point is get to the point faster. And I think that this says exactly the same thing. Now we lose a little, again, this is that, my apologies again, we lose a little bit of that Liz spirit. I don't even know you, but I'm starting to get to know you. So that's a choice that you're going to have to make, whether or not you want to do that. I see pros and cons to it. Not all of us have your spunky voice. All right. You may want that voice to come through. Enter my go-to. I like this. I want to do this a little bit different. Well, not so different, but again, This should be a surprise to no one.
Mhm.
My favorite recipes are,
Mhm.
I love the bullet points. 100 bonus points for every bullet. So I don't know how many that means. That's like 5 million points you got. I know you're going to start. You love these too.
I love them.
You, can you stop scrolling from it? Okay. So this is where, what I might do with this,
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't decide. My standing thing here is I just pull it. But what I may do is, because the reason for that, let's think about this for a second. And I've debated on this one with food for a long time. So somebody was on your website thanks to Google or what Pinterest or what, Facebook or whatever. What do they want? They want recipes. They want the inspiration. They don't know you yet. They don't care about you yet. However, giving them stuff like this does help them to get to know you. So that's the argument for having this in here. Right off the bat, though, if I can tie their desire for delicious vegan dinners to the fact that you're having some for the scrollers out there, they're going to get to it. So what I might do, and this is just kind of, it's kind of a separate topic unto itself. So I'm struggling just a little bit because I could see this being an email by itself. I don't know if the rest of them are going to have, so you don't have the other ones, right?
No,
So,
not yet.
so like, imagine, hi, Matt, welcome to day 2 of, what are we calling this?
I have no idea. 5 days of vegan recipes. I have no idea.
Okay, we need a title, so we're going to come up with a title.
Yeah.
Folks, not there. Oh, come on. 5 days of fast and easy vegan dinners. We'll just, for lack of a better term, we'll just go with that for now. Is that the spirit of what you were hoping?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you might do is I could see, hi, Matt, welcome to the day 2 of 5 days of fast and easy vegan dinners. You know, the fastest way to have dinner on the table is to have it already ready. Yes, you can do this, and here's how. Bullet points. Step 1, save a portion in a container. Step 2, put it in the fridge. That's it. Pretty soon you have, and here are my recipes that I make with that. Here's 5 recipes that are perfect for make-aheads. So, so email number 2 might be make-aheads. So then you combine the tip with the roundup and the recipes, and it's all in one, versus this is kind of like, let's stop, because you actually have to say, stop scrolling for a minute. They're not going to do that. And then, and while it is spunky, it runs the risk of being a little bit, you know, feisty. So that's my,
thanks.
Okay. So then moving on, it's recipe time, and then easy, sweet, boom, boom. These are great. You don't even really, you don't have to say all this stuff, but you're welcome to do that. Okay. You're welcome to do that. I give you permission to do what you want with your email.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And make sure you check out tomorrow's email when I'll share my favorite secret for being ready every night or something like that. Does that help?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
But again, like I said, what you had was solid, so you could launch with that. Do not let this type of, you know, copy editing slow you down from just going and cranking it out.
I love it. I have no ego and I want to improve. That's why I'm here.
Okay, cool.
I have one quick question for you. What part is all caps, where you said all caps, just the word emails? Or the whole sentence? I don't want to.
Oh, well, this was me being a little bit kind of joking around here. After meetings, reading all caps, you probably don't want to say that. If it made you think, this is a rule of thumb. If it makes me think, then it should not be in there.
Okay.
People don't think. They're not going to do it. So after meetings, too many emails, and a micromanaging boss, last thing I want to do is make a complicated dinner.
Perfect. Thank
Now
you.
your boss is going to read this and say, whoa. Okay. Are we good?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being willing to be the first.
Always.
You know what? I think it's sweet of Bart being willing to be the second. That is very nice of you, Bart. Okay,
Such an honor.
what am I going to tell you?
I don't know. I have some subheadings in there.
Yeah. Feeling pretty good about your subheadings, are you? Okay, good.
There and there. I'm missing some bullet points, I think.
They're not a requirement.
No, but they're in the last email. And
And you like it.
yeah, I think so.
Okay. Camila, I haven't even looked at yours yet. You're still time. You go fix it. I'm kidding. It's great. So my question is on this, Bart, let's talk about why you chose this. Why this topic?
Because it's kind of what sets my site apart from other aquarium websites.
Uh-huh.
And my best
Hold on.
content is around aquarium plants.
Why do you say it's your best content?
Because it drives most of the traffic,
Okay, so there's a lot of people coming specifically for plants.
especially for plant inspiration. So a lot of, just like you would have recipe posts, there's like aquarium plants that are red or flowering or stuff like that.
Okay, all right.
I kind of cherry picked, and also it's one of the few actual problems. Like people feel pain if their aquarium plants are dying.
I would imagine if they're plant or they're fish.
Yeah.
Or if, yeah. Okay. Do you have a general
I've got one ebook, and I've
quick
got a
start
list
guide?
of like 1,500 people right now. But it's not a quick start guide. It is an ebook with 10 tips to keep your aquarium plants alive.
Okay. So one of the things that I think is probably an obvious no-brainer for you is and this is great. We'll dive into this one. But I feel like one of the, what does your audience really want? They came for the plants. What do you know about them? Well, they have an aquarium. So that means that in your particular niche, there's all this litany of other issues too. What types of fish to get, how to keep the glass clean, what to feed them, how to keep your expenses down, how to make it look really amazing, how to put lights on it, whatever. I don't know. There's probably 8 billion
there's a lot of
things.
stuff. Yeah,
A lot of stuff. So plants are one part of it. If this isn't converting, this will be something to watch. If this isn't converting, then the pain point maybe the plant pain point isn't as strong as you think. It could be that they're coming for a specific piece of knowledge on, I don't know, I'm making stuff up. I don't have an aquarium. But it could be that they're coming for a specific piece of knowledge on a specific plant and grabbing it, and then they're gone. Not necessarily that they need to know all about all other plants.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking, well, and even if this is working, for everything else on the site, I would be going a little bit more general about, secrets to having the perfect aquarium.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look. Oh, by the way, Liz, we didn't even do a subject line for you. So Bart gets all the freebies today. Let's see. My 20 all-time favorite aquatic plants that are so easy. Starting a planted tank without risking ammonia damage. The lush secret to lush aquarium plants. Okay. Hi, Robin. That's not my name, but
No.
well, it is if you're Batman. I guess I am Robin. Welcome to day one of Quick Start Guide to Healthy Aquarium Plants. Over the years, I've had to buy new aquarium plants quite a few times. It turns out that plants are easy to grow. Others are hard. Growing the right plants. What's the main issue here? The main issue is
This is going to be inspiration for this, because the traffic behind it is on list posts with plant inspiration.
okay. So you're focusing on easy. So what if we just go right at that? Like how many are on this list? Let's go see. Well, you say it, 20 easy live. Yeah. And that's the subject line. So that's where I'm probably doing something like, how many years have you had an aquarium?
5 roughly.
Okay. Easy to grow. Others are hard. Growing the right plants is more fun. Can make an aquarium more fun. Is it about fun? I mean,
No,
it's
yeah.
about. It's really about beauty or the aesthetic appeal or
Preventing frustration, because many
Oh.
people grow plants that are too difficult and they die. Like they can't
Okay.
succeed growing them, or they won't. They can, but they won't.
I'm not saying that the right way. So the secret here is
Pick the right ones, I would say.
yeah. What are we calling this? Quick start guide. Okay. It's about ease. That's not really it. I mean, you said it earlier. It's already the easiest. I'm just playing around here.
Mhm.
Oh, is this important?
No, it's not. It's in the title of the list, actually. Yeah.
I don't think I improved anything here. After years of growing aquarium plants, I've learned this. Nothing is more frustrating than watching your plants slowly die. I told you all it would be exciting.
But it is very much to me. So
Rewarding. Oh, so Liz, which one was that for? Sorry, I wasn't even looking at the comments here. Nothing.
Oh, I can't remember.
Okay, so I'm sure it was awesome though. So let's look at this. Hi, Robin. Welcome to day one of Quick Start Guide to Healthy Aquarium Plants. So just as, by the way, as a title, Quick Start Guide, I've used that. I think you can do better though. I think you can go right at the heart of the problem, because Quick Start Guide does sound like it, but what if we just said how to have the perfect aquarium plants or something like that? And healthy is good, but like perfection is better. Thriving is better. Most beautiful. I mean, go to somebody's vanity. What are they really after? You know, healthy is good, but they're not sitting here thinking about, oh, I hope my plant is healthy today. I mean, some people are, but they really want it because they want their aquarium to look amazing. We have learned this. Some plants are easy to grow and others are hard, and nothing is more frustrating than watching your plant slowly die. The answer: simply grow the right plants. Some are easier than others. The 20 easiest plants for your aquarium. Not all aquarium plants are good. I don't know why I can't say aquarium. I made a comprehensive list of the most beautiful and easiest aquarium plants. By the way, superlatives are great here, folks. Promise the world, it's okay. It's just marketing. Discover your new favorite, spelled with a U now. See tomorrow when you start without risking ammonia problems. What problems does ammonia cause? I guess it's in here. Anyway, let's go back to this. Is that any better? I'm not sure it is.
I think it is. I think you nailed the problem better than I did.
This is the thing that's worth spending time on. And I know, especially if you're building something like a quick start guide on this, that's going to be around a while, you know, this is probably going to be an evergreen thing for you, and hopefully it lasts for a very long time. So it is worth, I think, spending a little bit of time trying to nail down and get the right value proposition, figure out what problem we're solving, and try to go to the heart of it. But that's just playing around. Okay, on this one, Bart, ammonia scares me.
That's good.
Chemicals scares me. And it should, right? So, but it sounds very technical here, and I'm already starting to go. When what you're telling me is that there is this risk, an insidious, awful, Darth Vader-like risk out there. There's a threat to my aquarium, and this is the biggest threat to my aquarium, right? I don't know. Maybe the biggest threat to your aquarium is your 5-year-old. I don't. But
well, ammonia is pretty close as well.
Okay. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow when I'll share with you how you can protect your aquarium from the biggest risk, from its. But you get the idea. Yeah. A new day, a new lesson. We don't need this. That's fluffy. After setting up the first tank, I've learned. We don't need to tell them that you've learned. You already know that. The main reason for this is that they're not well informed. The first phase of an aquarium is crucial for the health. Cycling a plant. Okay, I feel like you went boom, boom, boom through 3 different things here. What is this? Cycling a planted tank. Does somebody already know what that is?
No. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
It is a common phrase in aquarium language,
but
it depends on who I'm targeting here. And if it's a quick start guide, I would love to have people who are just starting out, because then I can teach them everything, which is amazing.
So maybe assume nothing then.
Yeah.
So why would I? So what you're saying, the first phase in the aquarium, what does that mean?
So essentially, if you've got a bucket of water and you throw fish in them, the aquarium cannot handle the fish poop, which is ammonia. So it needs time to cycle, grow bacteria that can tackle the ammonia. So then if a fish poops, it won't kill itself, essentially.
Okay.
And then if people are not well informed, they will be very enthusiastic at the start, put their plants and their fish and everything in it at the same time. And then within a couple days, their fish will start to become weak and essentially die. Yeah.
Okay. My suggestion here is don't worry about the fact that they're uninformed or not informed. The reason that they're here is because they don't know anything. Well, that's why they're here, right? So the problem is not that they're uninformed. The problem is that they don't take the right actions in the first 3 days of their aquarium or first 7 weeks of their aquarium, whatever the number is.
Yeah.
So it's, hi, Matt, the most important time in the health of your aquarium plants is, in fact, the first X number of days. Why? Because some pithy statement, I don't know why. Subhead, what to do in the first 7 days of your aquarium. It's called, the first 7 days, they're called cycling a planted tank. It's easy, but it's oh so important. If you don't do this, your plants and your fish will die. Click here for the guide. How to cycle a planted tank. Something like that?
Yes.
Hi, Matt. A common reason that aquarium plants do not thrive is ... They don't have the right nutrients. Subheader. What does it say? Exactly what and when to feed your plants. In this guide, I'll teach you how easy it is to add nutrients to your tank. I've written a quick guide on whether they need fertilizer. Well, that feels like a different, I know it's the same topic, but that feels like you went to a different topic.
I don't know. Yes.
Is that the same thing?
Also, no. Yeah, it is. It's the way to give nutrients to your plants.
Okay. All right. Then take the word fertilizer out of this, blah, blah, blah. And just, I mean, one approach, I'm not saying you have to. One approach is don't use the word fertilizer, just say, here's how you get the right nutrients. That's what you're teaching. How and when to feed your plants.
So I can take it out of the email, but still link to the post about fertilizer?
Yeah, let the post do the work. It's just explaining what they're going to get when they get over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm guessing that you go through that in, in probably a lot of detail, which is why you rank. And then today's all about saving plants and not doing as well as you want to. What to do?
It's like a troubleshooting email.
Plant saving toolbox with 5 tips to try. Okay, so this falls into that thing where I was typing the all caps thing and I was making you think. This is making me think. Wait, because I am envisioning that you actually, if I'm skimming, okay, there's actually this toolbox and I'm pulling stuff out of the toolbox. That's not what you're saying. You're just saying, here are the 5 things to do to save your plants.
Yeah.
So just say that instead.
Yeah.
All right. I hope that helps. By the way, for everybody, the way that you kind of wrap one of these things up is you don't have to make any specific promises. You can basically say something like, hope you enjoyed, insert title. From time to time, I'll be back with more tips and helpful articles for the healthiest for your aquarium. Something.
You can just chuck them in the next list, right? In the forever sequence.
Yeah, you can put them in the forever sequence if you're going to do one, or just, this is not promising anything. It's just saying I'm going to send you more emails. That's all this is saying. So it's a nice way to kind of wrap things up. By the way, we talked about this very briefly, but if you can, ask a question somewhere in here. See if you can get them to engage. If you see if you can get people to reply, do that at the bottom underneath, maybe it's in the PS, it's underneath your name, or it's like, so tell me, when was the last time you killed a plant, or what aquarium plants are you looking to add? Something like that. You just want a few people to reply. That's helpful.
Yeah.
All right, Bart, I hope that was gave you some things to think about there.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
I want to talk about the subject lines just briefly, because these are great. All-time favorite aquatic plants that are so easy. See that? That sparks curiosity because of the easiness. And people like lists, right? My self-interest is the ease of taking care of them. The challenge is see if you can trim these up just a little bit, because most people are going to be consuming them on this device, right? Which means that it's going to get truncated on pretty much every platform. So you have 5 to 7 words before it gets shortened, before it gets clipped. Now, you don't have to always clip it, but it's just good, be punchy, get right to it. This one, not very sexy. Again, you're scaring me with the am I going to have a chemistry lesson? I got a C- in chemistry, and it was, I don't know what they call that over there in, across the pond, but a C- here in the United States, not good. Especially for an intellectual like myself. So chemistry, I don't want to do chemistry. But what you're going to tell me is the number one risk to your plants, or the number one risk to your plants is ... or something like that. 11 plant recommendations to give to everybody and their uncle. I mean, I think what we decided is this is more like
it's basically the same. I was struggling with that a lot because most of my traffic is aquarium plants for different purposes, but then there's a lot of overlap. So it's this one grows in gravel, but these grow in sand, but the list is essentially the same. It's just people typing in different stuff.
Something like that. My 11 best tips for thriving plants, or I don't know, something like that, because it was a little bit of a miscellaneous hodgepodge of tips, right?
No, it's another list of plants, but
oh, that one's another list of plants.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
is that this one?
No, it's the bottom one.
Oh, okay. Well, I see what you're saying there. Got it. What's the difference between these plants and the other ones?
Minimal. I don't think they deserve a spot both in there, but
well, yeah, I think it's okay. Just come up with a way to distinguish it. Like, here are my most here are the 11 trendiest plants, or most popular plants, or these are the plants that I recommend for everybody. That's okay. I mean, you're separating by email day 1 and day 5. I think it's okay. People are still going to be interested in that. Just to come up with an excuse to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, that was fun. I learned a lot about plants today and aquariums. And I don't know if anybody else got anything out of this, but I did. And that's the important part. Just go enjoy your $5,000 course. All right, Camila, let's dive in here. What do you want to do? I'll let you drive.
I don't know. I had too many ideas and too many names for the quick start guide and descriptions, and then extra ideas for other quick start guides. So good. I was hoping to see if there's any of them that would be like a better choice than others.
Okay, let's go through it. I'll just give you some, what I see when I go through this. So remember the pillow covers from yesterday. So that feels to me like a choice of what you're implying here is that people will be supportive of 5 days of pillow covers.
Yeah, because I have one that is very, very popular, and then some others that, since they are a little bit seasonal, they start coming up every time, but they are different techniques to make the pillows, and that's what I am covering here, not the fact that they are Christmas or anything.
Well, so my question is, you have you're identifying what you offer. The question is what is that truly the problem that the audience has? So the reader, and I'm playing devil's advocate again, is the reader wanting to just learn about all sorts of things related to pillows? And they might be. Or are they just, I want to do a pillow and it's more important, okay, got that. That was I wanted to do that design because I saw that look on Pinterest and I make that. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm decorating my living room. So
Okay.
as far as let's just make the assumption that they want the pillow tutorials. Okay. So then these are 5 days of effortless DIY pillow covers. I like that. Effortless is great. You probably don't even need all these first part, right?
Okay. Okay.
We just want to get right to it. Spruce up your space. Same, cozy up your home with style. I mean, these are words that you could definitely use around it, but the main thing that you're calling is, I think effortless is probably good. Unleash your creativity with 5 easy. Because just imagine this on a pop-up, right? That's a lot of words.
Yes, that was what I was thinking.
Yeah. So what I would probably say is 5 easy and effortless DIY pillows. And then in the subtext, unleash your creativity with these step-by-step tutorials. Transform your living room.
That's what I was trying to do in descriptions, like, the phrase that I would put to make sense of what the quick start guide is about.
I'm not choosing this one officially, but let's just go with it for a second.
Okay. Mm. I like.
Even that feels a little long, but
Yeah, but it's good.
okay, something like that. Imagine the pop-up. Boom.
Mhm.
Am I into that? All right. What are words are needed and what words are unnecessary?
All right.
And all this stuff. Sign up for this. Come join our. I'm picking on you a little bit here because we all do this. My point is we don't need to say that stuff. Because free email bonus. I know what that means because there's going to be accompanied by a form. 5 of you unleashing, and then I'm going to send you these tutorials. So just minimize the words.
Right.
I think you could use this exact same thing. Oh, I like all skill levels. That's good. That feels inviting. That even feels, I mean, if these are rudimentary beginning projects, then calling out beginners makes more sense to me. But if they are just accessible for everybody, that even an advanced jewelry maker might enjoy, even though they are simple, because
that is the idea.
Okay, so 5 chic jewelry projects, 5 chic jewelry for 5 chic DIY jewelry for 5 days of chic DIY jewelry.
I mean, we don't need to go over every.
We're going to know.
No, I mean, just in case the time is short, but I wanted to see if one would sound more attractive or interesting for people.
All right. That just give you an idea there.
I like that. Yeah, I like it.
And I think doing this by category, what you're seeing that Camila is doing here is smart, because that's what people are coming for. So the fact that you had lots of ideas is good. So in the case of Bart, if somebody is looking for plants in particular, his plant guide is going to be great. If they're Googling something else about aquarium, like which fish to buy, he might have a fish guide. He might have keeping it clean guide. I don't know, just those different things. The more you solve that reader's problem, the better off you're going to be. All right. Anything else you want me to look at, Camila?
Sure. I created the first 5 emails for the pillows. I didn't go to the jury.
Well, some of them, I'm going to say most of the same thing I said on the other folks. It's a little wordy. Welcome to day 1 of insert title here. Let's get started. Okay, we don't need to get started. We're already getting started. Today we're going to make a super fun, quick, easy. Okay. Like this is the problem here, right here. Oh, I can't do that. That would be mean. Let's do this. Have you ever looked around your home and thought, boom? Oh, I'm crushing it. Yes. No?
I like it. I like it.
Okay. And then the rest of this is all fine. So just eliminate a little bit of the extra words, cut it down, you know. Nicole volunteers to read everybody's and just, you know, cut it down for you. Thanks, Nicole. That's very nice of you. And then the rest is great. Woodcraft number 2.
Oops, that is a pillow cover. I was copying the same structure of the one that I already had.
Yeah, you just see how just adding the subheader and just shortening us up makes this stuff easier to skim. Because if I come down here, I'm like, okay, say no to boring, or you need a few techniques of imagination. What are you really telling me here? You feeling fancy? You might be wondering, I'm not really good at crafting. Well, the tutorial, no, I don't need all that. I just need the promise that, like, what problem does a 3 pieces envelope pillowcase solve? Is that like super trendy right now?
It's easy. It's easy. Either if it's 1 piece or 3 pieces, they are very easy and customizable. So
Easy and
I'm just
customizable.
giving like,
Okay.
I'm just giving like 5 ways to make pillow covers, basically. 1 piece, 3 pieces with zipper,
Okay.
adding an applique or French seam. And
But you're
so
choosing this one
it's-
because it's particularly simple.
Exactly.
Okay, so something along the lines of, hi, Matt, welcome to day 2 of how to make an awesome pillow. You know, it doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, today I'm going to share with you the simplest pillow pattern that I have. I want you to have success, and it's guaranteed with this effortless French seam envelope pillowcase. How to make, or the easiest pillow cover in the world, subheader. And then, yes, that's right. This is the easiest one you'll ever find. It'll take you 10 minutes and it's super fun. Go.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
Good.
And these names, by the way, use the names if they are important. If they are not, try to talk about them in more descriptive terms that they will understand. Because if there's a chance that they don't know what a 3 pieces envelope pillowcase is, you either have to define it in the email, or you tell them, click here for the easiest pillowcase craft I have, and then they'll click on it and they'll come to this, and where they'll be they'll be informed of what the name is.
Okay.
All right, same kind of stuff as we go through the rest of them, right?
Mhm.
Is there anyone that you want me to look at in particular?
The difference is the technique to make that pillow cover.
Okay, so if you can describe the difference in the technique, why would a beginner want to do it? Well, I think that's the key. Here's the simplest. Here's the classic. This is the classic pillow cover. Here's the most trendy pillow cover right now, as far as design and and style. And here's one that is a little bit more elaborate and will impress even your mother-in-law. You know, boom, 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 boom. That kind of stuff.
Okay. Awesome.
And then this is good. We've got the last project, but we'll get a new project each week. Great. All right, let her rip. You got this. Giselle, I saw your comment. We can talk in just a second. I'll have you unmute. Okay. And so stick around, everybody who wants to stick around. I hope this was helpful to watch this kind of my crazy process here. I realize, look, I've been doing this. This is all I do. It's all I do all day long. Like I have no life. All right. So the most important thing is launching. Do not let, just because I have a certain way that I would write an email, make you feel like you have to write it that way. So just take whatever little pieces of nuggets of knowledge that were helpful to you or that feel like you, then go. The point is launch, right? It's way more important to get it out there. Perfection is the enemy of done. So let's make it happen. You'll go fast, break stuff, and you'll learn in the process. And it's easier for me to give you feedback when it's out there. And you're saying, oh, we're not getting subscribers or whatever. Okay. So make it happen. All right. That's right. We can tweak and improve later. Tomorrow, we'll dive into the Forever series. We'll talk about broadcast. We'll talk about RSS. And you'll love, I hope, how easy it is. Some of you have evergreen content that's amazing for Forever series. You're going to dig this. And the rest of you, we'll talk about seasonality as well and how to leverage that. Just if you got to get out of here, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same station. But Giselle, thanks for being patient. Why don't you unmute and tell me what's on your mind?
Hello, everybody. This is very helpful. Thank you very much. I started getting a lot of ideas, and now I have too many of them. My website is dwellx.com, offers information on the city selection or location selection for people to live in. So when people decide to move, they need to pick a location. If they don't know, they come to different sites to get information. So sometimes I slip into moving with moving checklists or something else, but my content that drives traffic comes from pros and cons of a specific location. I have top 50 locations, but I give information on 60,000 plus locations. The next one is community in a location, and the third one is the app to rank US locations according to personal preferences, where you pick your preferences and then we automatically generate the top 50 list for you specifically. In the past, last year, when I asked people if they want to get those top 50 locations in their mailbox, I was getting about 20 signups a day. Now I've got twice as much traffic, but I only started asking if they want newsletter, and I get only 2 signups a day or 10 maximum. So now I wanted to go back to giving them some value, and I see how important it is. And now I need to pick which value to choose. So my first idea is a 7-day email series on presenting different metric groups to help them understand what might be different from city to city. The first one may be about climate preferences, to introduce all different metrics that they can compare and how climate differs from one location to another in the United States. The second would be on education, the third one community, the third one would be natural and health risks, the fifth would be infrastructure and government, the sixth would be all other items that parks, entertainment, etc. And then on the seventh day, I would give them a checklist how to pick their top 10 metrics or top 5 metrics that are very important to them personally. So they would select 2, 3 from each category, rank them, and rank the final list. This may be too complicated though. So the second idea would be a 5-day email series. Each day emails would introduce different locations close by to the location they looked at. This would require a developer to set it up because the locations would be a variable. The third idea would give them a 5-day the move-in checklist. What should they do 9 to 12 months before they move, 6 to 9 months before they move, etc., etc. And then the last idea would be the very first items that anyone should do before they can start thinking about their move.
I like that. I like all those. Those are great. Which is the easiest to get out?
Probably the first one with 7 days ranking of their personal preferences, because I have all the descriptions for all the preferences and the checklist.
Well, let's go through it for a second. If somebody is coming to the pros and cons of, is that what you said? They're coming to the pros and cons of moving to Phoenix, for example.
Yeah.
So we know that they're probably moving or they're thinking about it, and we know that they're interested at least in Phoenix, right? Or Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind, do you get, is like one metro area way greater in traffic for you than others?
California probably in the first place, Florida in the second. However, if we go granular, then it's interesting that the villages in Florida is #1.
Oh, really? Okay. Because what I was getting at is that, let's say that, because what you might want to do over time is build these out, is the move to Los Angeles guide. That's very narrow, but it's very specific about the information that you have about Los Angeles. That's hyper focused on certain metros. Now, before that, you might want to consider, because we know that they're considering moving, and that goes to your suggestion #1, basically 7 things to consider when you're moving, right? And or how to plan the perfect move, how to decide where to move, how much, and how to save money doing it, something like that. That kind of what you're talking about. And I think something general like that is a great place to start. I think the moving checklist is a smart thing to try, because you could do something pretty basic in a Google Doc and make a PDF out of it and just go, okay, well, it's a checklist. And if anybody signs up for it, we've got them. You know, you can find out if that's of interest and not spend a lot of time or money on it. So you could be testing the 7 things to know before you move versus the easy move checklist, how to make sure you don't miss a thing and save money doing it. Something like that.
Yeah, I was trying to stay in the theme of picking the location rather than the move itself.
Okay.
But I can go both ways, and I've been creating, almost done with a 100-page move-in guide with all the worksheets to complete for the perfect move.
Okay, nice. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think any of that stuff can work. The challenge with doing a particular location guide is then now you have to pull in information that's specific to me and what I'm interested in. If you give me information about Phoenix, but turns out I'm not really looking at that, I'm looking at Texas now, you know, stuff changes. And then you're sending me all this information about Phoenix. If I've made the decision to go to Phoenix, then yeah, you send me all that information that's really, really helpful. So you have to balance.
I can create variable PDF, so that's not the problem. But the problem for me is to set it up in the emails to pick the right one for the right person.
Yeah.
Then I would have to change the URL.
Yeah, exactly. And so you'd have to ask. So you'd have to show different things on different posts. If somebody was comparing Phoenix to Albuquerque, you would, you know, have to decide, do I show a Phoenix opt-in here? But that's why I would just start generally, because you haven't done this yet. We're overthinking it a little bit. Start with the fastest thing you can get out, which is probably either that quick start guide of 7 or the quick checklist.
Mhm.
Just put something out that's better than the 2 per day that you're getting, because you'll immediately start to get more. And then you can start building out the others as you learn what works. But I really think like a more general guide to start is going to be the easiest thing for you to handle.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I think the key here is getting started. Like go fast as you can.
Mhm.
Launch with something that's messy, and we'll clean it up, get better at it.
Thank you.
All right, well,
Mhm.
good luck. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'm excited to see what you come up with. You have a very cool website and a very cool concept. So I think it's very interesting.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good day and we'll see you tomorrow.
Mhm. Bye-bye.
Bye.